Started off at 8:30 this morning with a call now, and we've just finished just around about 5:30, the last of the sessions. So I'm going to hand over to Paul now, who's going to kind of give us a few thoughts, a few stats.
Yeah, I think the things that stood out for me in the intro from Gabriella this morning was around the growth that they've seen in the first 3 quarters in Office 365 being still around 42%, showing obviously the huge number of customers still to convert onto the platform. Obviously, Office 365 is considered mature already, but it shows that there's still a load of customers left to convert. 65% in Dynamics 365 is not really a surprise. Obviously, a new product to market is going to see huge growth in the first few years, but still showing very strongly there. And 93% growth in Azure in the first 3 quarters of their year, again showing that really is picking up a pace, and we're really seeing that with our clients as well now, starting to consider Azure as a real service offering. Then kind of from Brad Smith, always interesting to listen to Brad, picked out sort of 3 things there. Kind of the key points are all around this global trust, this idea of them kind of moving into a much more trusted model, focusing on security, privacy, and the last one being a really interesting one, which is AI and ethics. And I think Steven's going to pick up a little bit more on that.
Yeah, the thing that interested me was more, it feels like we're in a sci-fi movie at times when now we're talking about AI in terms of how are we going to govern that in the future. So he actually brought up the idea of a Hippocratic oath for developers of AI, very similar as we have to doctors. Shall do no harm. It's the foundation of what they do, and that we're now seeing that with the likes of WannaCry and some of these proper large attacks against people. Should we have developers that are building AI take a similar oath? Very interesting idea. Other thing that stood out for me was the freemium version of Teams. Something I was hoping they were going to do, and they've finally taken the plunge to do it. And I think that's because it's so useful and built around the kind of chat interface that most of us use in WhatsApp and everything. It's just going to become hugely useful for your own projects, your own stuff at home, organising scouts for the kids or whatever it happens to be, and those skills will get transferred into the workplace, and skills in the workplace right now are in high demand. So yeah.
Excellent. And finally, for me, having written my first blog earlier today, very much earlier today on gambling, obviously, but we're in Las Vegas. My thoughts are around one of the case studies that we heard, which was Carlsberg. So let's move from gambling to beer. Carlsberg have very much adopted the full business transformation, the full digital transformation piece, right the way across Microsoft's product stack. They are using Azure. They've migrated 500 servers into Azure and moving all of their workloads. They are using things like Teams. They launched a beer recently, which was in celebration of their relationship, their long-term relationship with Liverpool Football Club, and that was developed as a project using Teams, collaboration right the way across the business, allowing people from all sorts of departments to get involved in the innovation. They are using artificial intelligence to help them model the potential taste of new ingredients, and again bring new products to market much quicker. And the final thing that they're doing around customers, they are putting in kind of IoT devices into customer cellars. They've introduced a new keg, a new PET keg, which allows the product to stay fresh for 31 days against 2 or 3 days. It doesn't allow any oxygen in the product. They can monitor. They can do things like monitoring the temperatures in cellars, which again could affect the kind of flavor and the quality of the product. And again, this is the kind of stuff that's sounds kind of a little bit science fiction. It sounds a bit kind of, is it really adding value? But actually, that could save one of their pubs a whole stack of money in terms of reduced spoilage, and it means they can be better in terms of response and reaction, and get out to their customers quicker. So one of the things that actually the lady from Carlsberg said is a lot of this sounds very basic, but they're actually now making proper real-time decisions, and that's making a massive difference to the business. So real life digital transformation, not just the sort of, I think Judson referred to it as the vernacular of digital transformation. This is the reality of digital transformation. And okay, Carlsberg, big brand, big budgets, but actually a lot of this is now coming down from enterprise, and it is available. It is the sort of technologies that small and medium-sized businesses can adopt. So a cracking day all round. Looking forward to another one tomorrow. We will see you again shortly. Thank you for watching.
Cheers.